Everybody, I would like to talk about one of my favorite things in the whole world. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, let's do that again off camera. Let's see if you can guess what that is. Go ahead and pause it after you hear this. Yeah, you know what that is. That is the Cold Steel 4-Max. I love this knife. Great knife. Just, I don't know. If you haven't had one of these and you love the beefy stuff, you got to get one. So, got this. My first review over a year ago was on the 4-Max. And I've done several looks at it, negative and positive. Just a great knife. You have the 20 CV steel. You see that? Just thick across the back. Just perfect in hand. And once you get used to it, it's really not that heavy. It doesn't feel heavy as it used to when you grab. When I first started grabbing this thing, I was just amazed at how heavy it was all the time. But once you get used to it, it's not a big deal at all. And it's just a great knife. I know some of y'all have them out there, and it's a wonderful knife. Now, a couple weeks ago, I had the opportunity to just get my all-time dream grail knife. The one I've been looking at for over a year and dreaming about and never seeing one for sale that I really, really liked. I saw one for sale once and I almost got it several times and I just kind of passed on it for different reasons. But so that was the only one until a couple weeks ago, and I saw a video about Demko, or Lord Demko. Holy cow, I just used his last name like we're buddies. Lord Demko making a 4-Max for a fellow. And so I sent him a message and asked him if he had any more, or if that one was for sale. And I was told that that was already spoken for and to get back, and then they would see if they had anything else they could do. Basically, they told me no, they didn't have time to make another one. They're super busy, and I understand that. And I'm so happy with my regular 4-Maxes. I didn't really take it as any kind of affront or all, and I was just kind of stuck it on the back burner, back in the back of my mind. Well, just keep your eye out. Then, I swear, the following day after they told me no about this, I'm just perusing Blade Form like I usually do, and I see an ad for a custom 4-Max, and it was the one they'd been working on the week previous. And holy heck, I jumped on that thing, and I was lucky enough to pick it up, and I got really a great deal on it and I don't know how much more I would have paid for it, but I'm just saying, just to get a chance at this knife made me nuts. I was so nervous this guy was going to say no, I got somebody else to buy it, or something like that. Well, here it is. Without further ado, let's just take a look at this. Oh, this is an Andrew Demko custom 4-Max. And this is the grail. This is the one. Now, I have the other ones. You've seen the 5-Max, and you've seen the AD10s, and you've seen all those. But in the back of my mind, and even though I'm super happy with all the Andrew Demko knives I have, seriously, I can't think of any of them I don't like a ton. But this was the one. This is the one that was always in the back of my mind of, you got to get one of these. Even with the 5-Max, even with how awesome that thing is, and just, oh, you know what? Let's pull that out just to demonstrate the awesomeness of the 5-Max, because it is awesome. And I know what y'all are going to think. Some of you, you're going to see the 5-Max next to the 4-Max, and you're going to think, what's he talking about? That's obviously the grail. Well, and I can understand your point. However, it's the 4-Max that made me fall in love with this stuff and made me fall in love with the Andrew Demko style of knives and just that strong and beefy kind of thing. And so, while this is awesome, just unbelievably awesome, this 5-Max, this was never really in my mind until I saw it, I think at the end of July, or middle of July, something like that. And that's when I saw this, or it was the end of June. Anyways, that was the first time I saw this. This thing's been on my mind forever. I've been wanting one of these. And so while this is awesome, definitely super awesome, this is the one. And so I finally got a chance to get it, and I was just lucky enough to be on at the same time. The guy said, as soon as you got with me, 3 more people emailed me, and this would have hurt my feelings. This might put me in the mental hospital if somebody got this before I did. But thankfully, everything worked out okay, and actually worked out better than okay. It just worked out perfectly. I was able to pick this knife up, and it just came in, and it's really amazing. You got the same shaped blade as the 4MAX production, the Cold Steel 4MAX for the most part. You can just see how close it is. And I won't go into that after I'm done looking at the custom here. So you got, this is CTS XHP, which is what Cold Steel uses in a lot of its knives. And you have, of course, got some extra jimping up here. I don't think these have the extra jimping on the blade. So you got a little jimping up here. It makes this a little more useful, this forward choil area here. Not that this is ever going to see anything that needs forward choiling, but still it's there in case you need it. And, oh, this is one of my favorite parts. I got to show you every time. The Andrew Demko stamp. Let me get my flashlight out. See if we can't see that better this time. Come here, flashlight. Oh, yeah, y'all need one of these little stream lights. These are awesome. Can we see that? Or is that too much light? Too much light. Back it off. Come on, Sam. Get that lighting right. So he stamps that. Very cool. Got this natural feeling micarta scales here, and it feels a lot, this feels a lot like wood, and it's really cool. It feels like a wood scale. I like that a lot. It's got the titanium liners, the titanium jobber here. I can't think what that is. And titanium clip, which, you know, both sides reversible there. And it's very much like the Cold Steel version of this. This one is about an ounce lighter. It's just under, or just over an ounce lighter than the production version. And that's because of how thin it is. If you check it out, man, this thing's a beast. This is a monster here. You can tell it's a little bit thinner through the back, just the way he grounded down those, or sanded down these scales a little bit, just a little thinner. Very similar as far as what you're looking at on the blade. Now this blade looks a lot thicker, but that's because I think because the swedge probably doesn't cut down as severely as it does there. So let's check that out. Very similar. Still, this knife is so awesome. All right, it's got the Andrew Demko lock in there. Just locks up like a tank. Backspacer, that's what that thing's called. Titanium backspacer. And the scale is not completely flush with this jimping back here, which makes this super useful. This jimping is not going to slip on your thumb, so it's not just there for looks. This thing is there for the real. It really helps if you're going to be doing something you need a grip with there. And it's not painful jimping, it's just useful. This is 1100 cord because 550 wasn't manly enough. Alright, so there it is. This is the Andrew Demko Custom 4MAX. Just a really cool knife. Just my super dream grail knife. I don't know how many times I could say that, but it is definitely the one I've been waiting for. And so I'm very happy with it. But you can tell, very similar to the Cold Steel 4MAX. Now, everybody knows that watches this channel knows that I love Andrew Demko's knives. I haven't met anything that he's made that I don't like. I have a bunch of them, not a bunch, but I have a few of them, and they're just amazing. He makes amazing stuff. And this, turn it off if you're going to get offended by me talking about the differences between this and that. If you have this, and you're not a humongous Lord Demko fan, like I admittedly am, if your son isn't named Andrew and the other one's not named Demko or Lord Demko, some combination of those three, then this doesn't make any sense for you right here. This will not make sense, because this is going to do everything for you that this can do. And that's just a fact. That's not me trying to... Why would I downplay this awesome knife that I just spent my kids' college tuition on? I'm not downplaying. I love this thing. I would do this again tomorrow, because that's how awesome this is. For me, that's how awesome this is. And there are a bunch of us out there. I mean, there's a reason he drives a Lamborghini or a flying car. I don't know what he drives, actually, but it's something awesome because I helped pay for it this year. But so he's doing what he does right, and he does it awesome, and everything he does is awesome. And there's a group of us out there that are going to help support that, and there's a bunch of people that love it. However, if you're not, I'm not going to mention how much this is, but if you're not wanting to pay that for this, this knife can do everything this can do. This is a beast. This is a monster. This is a beast and a monster. But this, what I'm trying to say is, get this one. If you're not into this one, I understand. If you're not into, now if you are, you know, saving for this and selling all your stuff for this, that's awesome. That's what I did. You can check out all my sales videos. I got rid of ZTs and cold steels and Benchmades and everything so I could catch my grail. And that was what I wanted to do. But this thing here is awesome. Blade steel, maybe better. I mean, right? Am I wrong? 20 CV, that's up pretty high compared to XHP. Now, XHP, now these steels for most people are not going to be a big difference. So it's not like it's that big of a matter. But the steel is awesome. It's a little bit heavier, but not so much that it's going to deter you from... If you're going to carry this monster, you're not going to say, oh, this one's 9 ounces and this one's 10 ounces. I can't possibly deal with an extra ounce. Not today, not on my diet. It's not like that. The little bit of thickness across the back, you might like. This is awesome. This feels good in hand. It doesn't feel less good in hand just because this feels better in hand. I didn't pick this up and all of a sudden go, oh, got to get rid of the cold steel 4-maxes. This is a great, I don't know, like an homage to this. They did a great job. This isn't like other creators who you say, well, I wonder what this particular original is like. If you have this, you're very close to having this. You don't have the stamp. You don't have the idea that your knife making hero has had this in his hands for days and years and whatever. So that's what's not in your head. However, if you have this, then you're in a good position. I wanted to share this with you guys and just tell you how excited I was. And I am excited. I'm still excited. I mess with this thing all the time, and I've actually been carrying this. No, don't do it, Jimislash. I've carried this several times. I love this knife. Okay, like here, subscribe here, share the channel. We got lots of cool stuff going on. We need to spread the love a little bit. I know you know somebody famous. Go tell him. And get over to Facebook. There's a lot of cool discussions going on over there. We're talking about stuff. Having some Facebook giveaways and different things and knife sales and whatnot. I think that's it. And I will talk to you later.